Okay, there's that setup. Thank you for the fan art. The David Lovins one on the left is now a t-shirt. I can't wait. It's available for Zazzle, and I'll show you the page in a minute. So I've got the board set up for the next art session. And there's Pooh Bear. My favorite stuffed animal because he doubles as a pillow. And the reason why little kids use stuffed animals is it keeps their little hearts warm. I never knew that. Found that out some years ago. So it keeps your heart warm. That makes sense. Green tea. Now, PewDiePie got into trouble on YouTube for putting his mouth on the microphone. So now I'm teabagging. Okay. Winco Foods, green tea. So that's all I can say about that. I gotta find an 18 and over platform for me to make videos for adults only. It's not that I'm a pervert or anything. I'm just a human being. And I just want to speak in English, American English. I don't see anything wrong with that. Some of my talk is like on the street, stuff you hear every day. Stuff I heard in junior high. I can't say on YouTube. My junior high, so many kids would swear by the soda machine. It was really insulting. And they were all Mormon kids too. So it was a double standard of going to church every Sunday and then 5 days a week at school. All these kids had potty mouths. And it was an epidemic too. Hundreds of kids swearing all day long. It was a tough environment to be in. And they were all, well, most of them, 75%, were from pretty good families. Like they lived in nice houses. Had two parents. A lot of these kids had big families. They went to church every Sunday. But they had potty mouths. So now I'm talking about this. The next thing is to show the t-shirt design on Zazzle. I was going to make a video showing how easy it is to make products on Zazzle. But I'm glad I didn't because I ran into technical difficulties. Okay. Let's zoom in. I don't want to reset the tripod since it's at the perfect height to make art with. God, Emperor of Dune. It's one of my favorite Dune books. It's really funny. It turns out Dune is a cautionary tale. And those two new Dune movies only scratch the surface of what Dune is really about. Basically, it's a warning about how charismatic leaders can lead people in the wrong way. And Paul Atreides is later responsible for the deaths of millions of people. Okay, Frank Herbert was a genius. A literary genius. The Zazzle shirt. Here it is. I can take the camera off the tripod. There's Jay. Looks just like Jay from Red Letter Media. I wonder if it is him. David Lovins. Zazzle.com, David Lovins cartoon drawing t-shirt. I will link it in the description box when this video goes up. So you can buy this now. I've been on Zazzle for 10 years. Okay. I have made $92. It's hard to explain. So that's $10 a year. Okay. I have a black canvas somewhere, and I wanted to try and make a Bob Ross painting. Okay. Gonna make some rice today. I made some rice yesterday. I love rice. I love to put different items in it. Green beans or black beans with lots of hot sauce and seasoning, pepper. I love it. Tastes so good. So I got my tea. I have to put milk in it. I don't want to waste your time. Okay, so let's start. Here's my chaos. I have to set up every time just to make a video. When the girlfriend comes back, I will not be able to use the bed as an art place anymore. So I have to take advantage of my opportunity while I have the chance. I am out of room to paint at my computer station. It's really unfortunate. Okay. I need a big art studio. There's the castle. So layers and layers of paint. Paint looks really cool once you get 10 layers on. So I will take you through that process. It'll get better every time. All these lids are really great for acrylic paint, in addition to the pie tins. And the beer cans are just a real joy to paint. Okay, we got that set up. So I make art in real time on YouTube. It's a strong decision to do that, because I want to show you guys what it takes to be a real artist. Not one of these people using technical trickery, showing them paint at double speed, and you don't even get to hear their thought processes. I think it's good to throw words into the mix. A comic book is visuals and words. The toilet is really annoying. I constantly have to fix it. Should I show you what I have to do with the toilet every single time? I have to take this lid off. Put it there. And down there, the plug, I have to lift it up so it's properly placed. So you can hear the water. So that's not good. Okay. I was thinking of doing a performance piece video where I get into the shower with my t-shirt and shorts on. I might do that at the end of this video if I feel like it. Okay. One more look. Those are great drawings. I guess the guy on the right is a close-up of me. Man. Yeah, because my eyebrow is all messed up. I seriously thought it was my brother John. That's funny. Yes, I really look like that. Scary. Nope, not 25 anymore. Now, how am I going to get started? It's a good question. What do I want to paint? Okay. I have this box. The Cheez-It box. That'll be fun. And instant mashed potatoes. I might do something with this. I might not. Okay. So prep work has to be done so the magic can happen. Yeah. There's a canvas board. Let's start with that, okay? 11 minutes of prep work. Okay. But that's the reality of making art. And it has plastic on. I have good fingernails, they're pretty strong. Sometimes I have to use scissors. Get this stuff off. Now, see, I got a problem. I can't just paint on the bed, can I? So I have to do this. I have this pizza box specifically for painting on. And then what's going to happen over time, you can see I've painted white, orange, and green on this pizza box so far. And it's completely okay to paint inside the pizza box. And this is my blanket on the bed, so I don't care if I get a little paint on it. Okay. The paint is water-based. Well, it cleans up pretty easy. Okay. See? My throat gets dry from talking too much. Okay, that tea tastes really good. Bob Ross style. Should I do this? Yeah, I mean, it's just been on my mind. The pie tins are actually nicer to use than can lids. I don't have an orange pie tin, so I go to the can lid. Here's the best part. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shake it, baby. I'm having fun with my deep voice. Okay. So where does this go? It goes on the bed. Okay. So how am I going to do this? I got my water. Yeah. For this, I work with a wet brush. So Bob Ross is famous for just using his magic white and putting snow on the mountains. Yeah, I think I'll do it this way. I could really use a table easel, but I don't have one. I wonder if I could make one. Here's the castle. Look at that. I just made an easel. Pretty nice, huh? Okay, so Bob Ross, 2 mountains. So I got 1 brush. Let's see what I can do with 1 brush. So he would just make up his paintings right there on the spot, out of his imagination. My art teacher in high school said you should never do that. Well, for his class, for his classes, he didn't want you to work from your imagination. So you had to bring in photos. It was just easier for him to teach. He was a great teacher, by the way. G. Gary Gordon. My next oldest brother also had him as a teacher. Okay, there's orange. This is the middle of the canvas, so that's pretty boring. But Bob Ross didn't care. Well, yeah, if you owned a Bob Ross painting right now, I know at least one of them is worth over $1 million. Okay, so Bob Ross did his wet and wet technique with oil paints. These acrylics dry pretty fast. So I did 3 large canvases for my friend's doctor's office. Well, he was a doctor, and I did these California landscape paintings. That video is on YouTube. Okay, I need yellow paint. So, shake, shake, shake. Shake it, baby, oh yeah. Okay, so, how can I say, wow, I just poured out a huge amount of yellow paint. That's not good. And I'm not even going to clean my brush because I want a little orange to get in. Well, it doesn't make any difference at this point in the painting. So traditionally, you put in the sky first. That's why I wanted little black canvas. Wet and wet. Because it already had a tone on it. This is a lousy way to paint, but I'm going to do it anyway. Bob Ross. I could never sit through any of his shows. I just knew there was something fundamentally wrong about his painting style with the white. Because I was looking at the mountains yesterday. See, mountains have an aerial perspective. They are far away. So the way the light goes through the sky makes objects in the background to be a lot lighter than things in the foreground. Bob Ross didn't do that. He was a craftsman. Did he make art, or was he just making paintings? Well, the Wikipedia article was actually very helpful. He made paintings for entertainment. So, I don't think even Bob Ross intended them to be serious pieces of art. They were speed paintings. Because everyone, especially Americans, they want everything to be fast and quick. In a half hour, see, the whole idea of fast food is you can go into McDonald's, Arby's, Burger King, Taco Bell, order, get your food, and eat your food and be out of there in a half hour. Okay, so that's a great parallel. So for Bob Ross paintings, it's the same thing. You're in and out. See? You're in and out in a half hour. My God. Man, that's... Or, well, I can be in and out in like 7 minutes. And then there's In-N-Out Burger. And then there's a scene in The Misfits where Marilyn Monroe goes in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door. So that's very suggestive. Now I got all this. So it would have been better, I guess, to put yellow all over the whole canvas first. It's one of my favorite colors to start a painting with. That's why I go through a lot of yellow, because it's the basis for everything I do with paint. Some people use yellow ochre. The Italians used Viridian green. The Northerners used alizarin crimson. But I found you can literally start a painting with any GD bleeping color you want. It just depends on what kind of effect you want. Colors have different meanings for different people. And yellow is the color of fear. And for someone like me, it's the color of happiness. Mostly I use yellow as the color of happiness. Wow, look at that. Now, let's use magic white. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Where's my, oh. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Look at all this yellow I put into the little bin. That's a lot of yellow. Where is... Okay, there it is. Okay, we're gonna do it. We only have 6 minutes to go on this. I like that sound effect. Okay. So, for some reason I don't feel like cleaning my brush every time, because I want it all to get mixed up. Now I'm doing the sky in white. And Bob Ross's Magic White. Why am I doing this? Because I feel like it. So I'm mixing the paint on the actual canvas. Okay. I'm working wet and wet. And the sky is actually going to be a little lighter above the top of the mountains than it is up above. So I just got lucky. Look at that. Now let's put some Magic White. The landscape. And by accident, I actually got the foreground a little darker by accident, and it's lighter here. 3 distinct tones, just what I wanted. Now the mountains need to be resolved. It's dried a little, so I dipped the brush in the orange, and I want it dark against that light I just created. Then I want to smooth it out a little. I don't want ridges on this level of the painting. Okay. Bum bum bum. So there's lots of mountains in Nevada. One of the reasons why I'm here is I wanted to be around mountains. So I don't want to mess it up. Okay. So I'm going to let it dry. Okay. Got a pointy hill and a round hill. Now I think I'll take my 1/2-inch brush. While the paint is wet, dip it, a little white there. And I want to clean up this edge a little bit with my Magic White. I don't paint like this. This is Bob Ross style. This is not how I normally paint. Why would I even do it this way? Then you fan it out. There's a special fan brush you can buy, but I never use it. Look, I've only used these 2 brushes for the entire painting. You can make these 2 do a lot. I can finish an entire painting with just 3 brushes. This one I use a lot. It's pretty good for smaller detail. And I have smaller brushes, but you don't need them that much. So, buy the David Lovins t-shirt. I need my first sale. That would be so much fun. Okay, let's take a look at the painting. There's a shadow right there. No, I don't want to touch it. Okay. Well, there you go. I need better lighting in this place. It's hard to function.